Man, Square Enix is at it once again. And it's crazy. They've been on a crazy train ride with how well they've been just coming up with games. Right now, we have Final Fantasy 16 dropping next year. We have Final Fantasy Crisis Core dropping later this year, completely remade. They just been on a roll, and right now, they just gave us something completely different. A little bit more calm down. If some of you who are familiar with Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing, well, I got a game for you right here that actually might suit your fancy, and is made by Square Enix. It's called Harvestalla. And in today's video, what we're about to be doing is just watching a quick, it's only 2 minutes, live trailer reaction, seeing exactly what's going on. I've read a couple articles about it, but if I haven't watched the trailer, and I want to watch it with you guys and bring a little bit more information with you. If that's something you want to enjoy or keep up to date with, then definitely subscribe to the channel, because I'll be trying to keep covering it as much as again. But let's jump right into the trailer.
Leafy, a village adorned with the vibrant colors of the changing seasons.
It's very pretty. I love the art style. You got your normal crafting. You can
Begins today. Till the land, sow seeds, water crops,
water
gather
crops.
a bountiful harvest. Collect crafting materials and
Ooh, I don't know if you guys heard the sound effect. You could definitely tell Square Enix made this game. So if you guys are huge Final Fantasy fans or something of that nature, you guys can kind of tell just by looking at the user interface that this is taken strictly from Final Fantasy. Like, they was just like, let's add a little bit of our touch to the life simulator based games, but it just gave me just like a quick flush. I just wanted to show you guys that.
ingredients for cooking by setting out.
Oh, so you have like an overview map? Whoa, I didn't know you can actually... Whoa! I didn't know you can actually fight. Like, this is such Final Fantasy. Like, they might as well just said, like, this is a Final Fantasy life simulator. What?
Travel the world.
Yo, no
and
shot.
Get to know the people who live in the neighboring towns and villages.
Alright, I am completely, like, amazed. This is insane. Now, I know it has the entire skin of Final Fantasy, that same vibe, that same everything. The music, the creatures, the fighting mechanics, the UI. Would this be part of the Final Fantasy universe? As some of you may or may not know, every Final Fantasy game has its own story. Some of them aren't too connected to each other, so you don't have to technically play them in order to understand the story. Every one of them have their very own story. So, my hypothesis, my theory here, is Harvestalla a side quest. One big side quest. There's its own story, but it's set in that same world. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, or what theories you have.
Life is peaceful and time passes by until quietus inevitably arrives. interrupting
Quietus.
The cycle of the seasons.
So we have our antagonist of this world, Quietus.
Crops wither, and all life is
Really?
threatened.
So my thing is, from the first part of this trailer, when exactly will this happen? So I know in most like simulation based games, or any games that require survival in a sense, it takes a given amount of time. And so I'm wondering, do you need to play the game for some amount of hours, or do you need to physically just like play through the game? Like, is there any actual questing, or will you just randomly just start building up your crops, doing whatever you need to do, and then at some point in time, like a random event encounter, Quietus arrives, and all of a sudden all of the crops started deteriorating, and the world has started pretty much now to burn, and now you have to save it. Oh, you can even be a mage. Oh my god. Will you get the create? Like, this feels like Final Fantasy 14, but without the MMORPG aspect, then it's just simply a life simulator game. Like, I feel like I'm playing. It feels like I'm playing like Stardew Valley, but just a little bit more urgency.
Sorrow, joy, pain, and courage.
And then you have this over-the-top board game where not much of a board game, over-the-top overview of the world, and you can go from place to place to place. So I feel like this is going to be a massive game. Like, there's going to be a lot of content to play through, a lot of story. I wonder how long they've been developing this.
As you stand together to face momentous ordeals. This is the story of those who live alongside the seasons of life and death, of their fight against the rules of this world.
Wow. Harvestalla. It comes out this year. Like I said, that's insane. Like I said in the beginning of this video, Square Enix has been making content for us. They've been trying to keep us just happy. Not only am I excited for Final Fantasy 16 next year, we also have Final Fantasy Crisis Core coming out later this year. And now we just got the date of Harvestalla. It is supposed to drop literally November 4th of this year. And it's going to be on Nintendo Switch and Steam. Sadly, sorry for my console players. You won't be able to have this. I'm pretty sure they announced this during the Nintendo Direct Mini event. And I'm ecstatic for this. I wonder how much it's actually going to cost. They already have a release date. So would it be a full $60 game, or would this be like a $30 or $25 game? Like, most simulating games or life sim games like Stardew Valley, stuff like that, they don't really cost that much. They're not AAA title. But this is a banger company, Square Enix, that is making a banger AAA game pretty much for life simulating. So I'm excited. And I believe that's it, just the date. Man, that's insane. Guys, please tell me what you think. Would you buy Harvestalla when it comes out? I definitely have to try this out. I feel like this is definitely of course a brand new IP. We need to know what's going on in the devs' minds. So throughout the rest of this year, I'm gonna do my best to keep up to date with Harvestalla and give you guys more content on this if you are interested. Right now, this trailer dropped yesterday, so I am a little bit late. You'll be seeing it a little bit late as well. But I would try my best to keep you guys at least up to date all the way up until November 4th. So if you want to just keep up to date on this and have your one-stop shop with anything new that comes out for Harvestalla, subscribe to me here on YouTube. I'll make sure I'm making plenty of videos for you. Follow me on Twitter at Chaotic Inc. That way, if it's quick news, I can just tweet it out to you. If it's something that's definitely worthy of a video, I'll have you on YouTube. But man, I'm excited. Like, I wonder if there's going to be created characters, which it feels like it. I don't think that the characters we've seen were given to us. I feel like they're just assets just to use for the trailer. I feel like we can create our characters. I want to do a lot of theories about like what's going on. We have a new antagonist, Quietus. Is this going to be part of the Final Fantasy universe? I don't know. I can definitely tell it has that Final Fantasy everything between the music, that melody, the way it looks, the entire user interface, the way combat is worked. You got your mage, like it has that Square Enix spin on it, that Final Fantasy spin on it. So I'm actually quite happy to see that they're doing another IP. We didn't see everything Final Fantasy like a couple weeks ago at the Summer Games Fest, and it showed us Final Fantasy 16. Few days later, we got Final Fantasy Crisis Core Remastered. Like, we got a lot of Final Fantasy coming out, and not to mention they're dropping this along with Crisis Core. Crisis Core come out around that same time, fall or winter time period. Well, guys, it's been your host, KSDTV, and if you're new here, welcome. We're close to 500 subscribers. I'm very happy, very excited. It's a big milestone, half of 1,000. We're building a strong community. You guys have been amazing. The Outcasts, you guys are strong. I love you guys. As always, it's been your host, KSDTV, here at Chaotic Inc., signing out. bass.
Manifest, I don't sleep, that's so weak, don't plan to rest. I'm from a hood where you die if you don't pack a vest. No culinary degrees, but whipping crack the best. Chefing, hard times taught lessons. Praying every night to pull up in park Benzes. What's my home is what you call trenches. You wouldn't last a day seeing life through all lenses. It's all tension, no sun, and rain and plenty. Full-time job, still can never make a penny. I ain't rap